Yes, guys, welcome back to another session of Wick Wednesday. A lot has happened in the past 2 weeks. I cannot explain to you how amazing it has been. Last week was actually the Forex Expo. We were going to shoot one of these last week, but we decided let's actually spend some time in our industry, learning about the new things that are going on in the markets, building more further relationships in this industry as well. And it has been absolutely amazing. I met some amazing people, new faces, a lot of new faces that I've never met before, a lot of never seen before, and a lot of people that obviously I've built a lot of long-term relationships with as well. I see a lot of people now in this industry moving quite far forward at a very good rate, and I'm very, very happy to see these things take place. As long as everybody and ourselves are progressing in the process, then we know we're doing something right. The other thing that really blew my mind is I saw something absolutely amazing last week. So I got to see the liquidity pool for the first time. I've never seen it in my life, and the first time in about 6 years I got to see the liquidity pool. I was literally watching UBS place £1 million, £2 million trades on USDJPY. I was watching Deutsche Bank place £2.5 million sales on GBPUSD. I was watching all of these orders coming in live at the very moment in the main liquidity pool, and that is something, like I said, I've never seen before. And to me, to see the figure of 6.6 trillion move through this market every single day, I got to see it live in front of my face. If a lot of you are highly interested in this industry and how the money flows in and out, that is something you definitely need to see one day. It's very hard to get to see that, but a liquidity provider will definitely allow you to see that, obviously if you're an institution or of somebody that is valuable to that information. The other thing that I have been doing for the last 3 days is pretty crazy. I firstly didn't announce it to everybody that I was doing this, because I had a small feeling that I was going to fail myself at this, because I've actually been on a fast for the last 3 days. Today is my final day. I've been on a fruit fast, so I've been fasting all day, only drinking water in the process throughout the whole day, and breaking my fast at around 9 p.m. and only eating fruit up until the time I go to sleep. It has been very tough, it's been very hard, it's been very challenging. The calories have been absolutely low, but it has been absolutely immense to my discipline, to my mindset, and to my focus. So what takes place is, if you haven't had food in a while, your body goes into something called survival mode. So it starts to attack and gain energy from the sources that are stored in your body. Those sources are known as fat. So fat, carbs are also stored in your body as well as glucose, but fat is a form of stored energy. So fat starts to get used up if your food isn't being used as fuel in your body, and fat starts to get used up, and it suppresses your appetite. So over the last 24 hours, I haven't really felt too hungry, but when hunger has kicked in, it's kicked in heavily, like absolutely crazily heavily. So I did this because the main reason I did this is because it enhances cognitive functions, and cognitive speeds, and basically the rate my brain has been working has been faster than ever before, like faster than it has been working on caffeine or anything I've ever taken in my life. Literally, it has been absolutely amazing. I pinged my eyes open straight away this morning at 5 a.m, which I don't ever do unless there's an alarm. I did not have an alarm. It was just straight, my own body clock kicked me at 5 a.m, woke me up, and I couldn't go back to sleep. I was actually struggling to go back to sleep myself. I was like, no, it's too early, no. And I was closing my eyes saying, nah, close, man, close. But it was not working. I literally pinged my eyes open at 5 a.m. And ever since then, I've been awake and literally just managing charts, managing trades, and just doing, productive things in the process, reading a couple of books, listening to some audios, and I decided to make the morning very productive for myself. And I'll be honest with you, it's been one of the most productive mornings I've ever had in a very, very long time. If I do suggest, you or a lot of you, if possible, run through this same fast, not just for your body cleansing, because it does release a lot of antioxidants in your body, so it cleanses out your whole immune system. I do feel a lot sharper in the brain. My body feels a lot sharper as well. However, I have not been lifting weights for the past few days, and the reason is because my calories have been at a very, very low point. The first day this took place, all I was feeling was hungry, tired, thirsty. Thirst wasn't really a problem because I was drinking jugs and jugs of water, but it was mainly hunger. Concentration wasn't there. However, the second day is where things started to fix up, and that's when I realized, you know what? This is actually working, yeah? Even though hunger still kept kicking in, all I've been thinking about is burgers, fast food, fatty foods, not even healthy foods, just straight fatty foods. I need some sort of heavy meal very soon. In fact, as it's the last day today, I'm gonna treat myself to a massive fat burger and chips with all full of sauce and oil. I really don't care, I really deserve it. And I'm gonna make sure I put myself in a food coma, and that's how I'm gonna go sleep tonight. But yeah, anyway, I do suggest you guys go through that same thing. It will definitely help you level up, you know, in terms of discipline, in terms of focus, and especially in terms of mindset as well. But yeah, moving forward, I've been working heavily recently on the trading side of things, less on bringing in clients to the company, less on, you know, a lot of other things, and just sharpening up on the trading side. And I can tell you one thing, this whole week, ever since I've been fasting as well, I have had nothing but deadly sniper entries on every single trade I've been taking. Also, because my mindset has been working a lot sharper, it's allowed my emotions to push down itself a bit more, and my logic to enhance itself and heighten. Hence why I've been a lot more patient with my entries and making sure that just in case something does happen to a trade, I will wait that extra few minutes above everybody else and jump in at the extra confirmation when I know things are just about to reverse, and I bang in my entries right there, and it has been absolutely successful this whole week. I'm not gonna do this fast for a very long time. It has been tough, but it has been amazing at the same time. But I do recommend everybody does try this out at some point, because you do feel really good. You know, after your second day, or during even your second day. The first day is very tough, like I said, but in the second day, you will start to reap and feel the benefits of it all. So yeah, moving forward, also, we've got a lot of love from clients this week and last week, so I do just want to thank all of our clients as well for trusting us, working with us as well. Without you guys, we probably personally would not be where we are today. Thank you so much. We've got some amazing news that has also been sent out to everybody in email, and we have some amazing executives, account executives that have been, you know, working alongside very closely with clients to meet their needs, especially in all financial sectors of what, you know, their goals are to achieve in the long term in the investment world. So that has been really great. The team have been, you know, expanding really heavily. I just want to thank everyone once again. Also our viewers as well who are watching this. Thank you all literally for, you know, sticking by us and trusting us from the beginning. And I can assure you, over the next few months and years to come, it will be highly beneficial for every single one of you. Even if it is just adding a little bit of value, even a bit of like 1% of value to your life, my job is done. So let's move on and check out some charts of what's going to take place over the next few days and what has taken place over the last few days. So let's go straight onto the charts. Obviously, we always measure up six majors, the major six majors anyway. My favorite one, GBPJPY, and let's see where it's going and what it has done over the last few days and where it's going over the last week or so as well. Let's clean up this chart a little as well. Whatever does not need to be there. I've got a lot of smaller areas in place because I'm more of a scalp trader, so I trade more on smaller time frames. Hence why on the larger time frames it looks a little messy, but if you cut it down to smaller time frames, you start to understand a lot more why these areas are there and how they reacted, and the candlesticks reacted around these certain areas as price started to move around here too. But yeah, going back to the larger time frame again, just to make it clearer for you guys to understand, we can see an upwards channel. In fact, let me just go to the banking zones only. So I've got a separate chart that just shows supply and demand only. So these were all done on a daily and 4 hour. And as you can see, price did reject off this major sell zone at the top. and started to come down. So we can definitely see prices start to, descend as time comes along and over the next few days, towards the longer term, back down towards, this certain area right here. This is without drawing any support and resistances in place, any trend lines, just straight banking zones, major buy zones, major sell zones. As you know, banks trade this industry like it's a business. They buy low and they sell high. Exactly what you would do with any other business out there as well. So yeah, looking at the banking zones, we can definitely see it did reject off the upside. What is the next place for it to go? Obviously back down to the next level. So down all the way to 139, I would say. Maybe spiked through to about 138,900, maybe 800, but that could be pushing it. But yeah, we can definitely see strong downsides and trends in place. Reason why I say that is because we have a higher high, lower high, another lower high, and all these lower lows as well. So we are just waiting for another lower low to take place. Where could this higher high end up stopping? So let's put some zones into place, and as we can see, I've only got a few of these fib levels in place. Fibs are basically a better understanding, or not even psychological but a mathematical calculation for where retracements could come to before continuing its trend direction. So we see a downtrend. Right now we see a correction wave or a retracement wave taking place. Where could this retracement stop before continuing its downtrend further onwards? So yeah, it could stop at the 61.8 or it could stop at the 78.6 area as well. These are the strongest areas for any Japanese yen pairs. We also have other areas in place, or that I haven't actually put in place, sorry, which is a 50%, 38.2 and 23.6. But these are my strongest areas, and these are the main areas I actually look at only. Yeah, so the 62 fib is looking highly rejecting right now as we speak, and as we look back as well. If we look at the 62 fib, previously prices also rejected off this area in the past as well. And just remember, history always repeats itself when it comes down to Forex. That is how future decisions are made, based on previous experiences and profits and yeah, some positivities. So if you're positive in the past, making trades in a certain area, it's highly possible that you will be positive again in the future, placing the trades around exactly the same area again. So as we can see, I haven't actually put the line in place because we're not doing this one straight off support and resistances or anything else. But as you can see, there has been major rejection of this area, and there actually is a decent resistance in place around this area. So we can definitely see further downsides take place all the way down to 139 at least. Moving forward, we're going to take a look at GBPUSD on the longer term, and actually gave out this signal which I'll delete, and obviously ended up smashing take profit. Obviously if you are one of our students or in our mentorship, then you would have smashed that trade as well, so very well done. But yeah, moving forward, we're only going to look at these on the longer term, and we can see that it has rejected off this trend line. So prices have started to push towards the upside when it comes down to GBPUSD, but obviously the strength of the pound has not been as strong as we expected it to be, hence the movement has been very slow. But remember, when movement is slow, trends are more respected, and higher lows in certain areas are more respected because it cannot end up going fast, spiking through certain areas. It is slowly respecting these certain areas and rejecting or bouncing or breaking straight through them. And when it does break, it doesn't break fast because it's not as volatile as other pairs are. It breaks through very slowly, does its small retest, and then that's a really good chance for anybody to enter the markets on the retest as well, as it's extra confirmation. So moving forward, so yeah, we can definitely see this being respected, and we can see further upsides for this pair at 1.29800, I would say. Yeah, around 1.29800 should be reached very soon once again, before further downsides taking place of the pound because of the volatility of the Brexit news that is going on in the markets today. And hopefully, if that does take place, that should confirm a higher, or sorry, a lower high, and then that will confirm a reversing trend towards the downside. Yeah, and the further downsides, we are actually looking at going all the way down to 1.2800. Yeah, so 1.2800 is actually just around here. So these are all psychological levels that I've given you. So first I said 1.2900. Yeah, 1.2900 is the upside, and then once it hits 1.2900, that is a high point to sell, and we will sell all the way from up there, taking profits slowly in between, maybe re-entering again and cashing out all the way at the bottom at 1.2800. Moving forward, Euro USD, very simple pair to follow as well. Let's delete whatever areas do not need to be there, and we can actually see upsides, you know, being formed. However, no highs have been overpassed. This high has not been overpassed. This high has not been overpassed, but downsides have been overpassed. So if we look at this low, it's slightly lower than the previous low that was formed. So this is a slightly confusing one at this minute, yeah, because no new highs have been formed, no new lows, but a new low has been formed, yeah. So no new highs have been formed. This could potentially mean a reversal has started, and downsides will be seen very soon in the euro against the dollar. Yep. We just have to confirm this after this candle closes, which is in the next 3 hours, and then we can see how prices react around the current area that it is in right now, and where it goes from here onwards. But very short term, it is quite hard to tell, but longer term, once the short term scenarios play out, so if it does close above the previous high or closes below the previous high, only then we will know what it will do next. Obviously, if it closes below, then we are looking at downsides. If it closes above, then we are looking at upsides. It is very simple. Keep it simple. No need to complicate things in trading when it comes down to wave theories, M's, W's, bats, bears, whatever you want to, you know, confuse this market with, or this industry. Don't confuse it. It is absolutely simple and easy to read charts. The more you confuse yourself, the worse it's going to be for you. So keep it simple. Support, resistance, candlesticks, higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows. It is that simple. Yeah. Moving forward, we're looking at EURJPY. More clearer indication, and exactly what we had predicted it to do. It had done exactly that. So we had predicted it to push towards the downside before turning any sort of reversal or doing anything else, and it did exactly that. Bang on 119,900 actually got reached, and that was the area we were predicting. So 119.900 got reached, and that is when the reversal took place back towards the upside. So this probably is also looking like a downtrend. The reason why I say that is because the high that has just been formed right now, even though it's not closed yet, is still lower than the previous high. That high is still lower than the previous high. All the lows that have been formed are also lower than all the previous lows. So even though this is pushing upwards, don't be fooled. Follow simple market structure. Market moves in a very simple way. Just follow the structure and you'll be on the right side of the market. So this is still downtrending, and we can see downtrending signs taking place all the way back down to exactly the same area of 1.19, let's say 800 this time. Yeah, so 1.19, 800 this time I see being reached. Next, USDJPY, a very common pair for everybody. USDJPY, and we did do a sell at USDJPY, so congratulations to everybody who ended up taking that trade, and it smashed through the take profit as well. But yeah, this is starting to look towards the upside. A trend line has been broken. However, no new highs have been formed, but because of the trend line break, just going to cut down and see if there was a retest. Okay, on the 1 hour, there wasn't exactly a retest. On the 15-minute, there was a small retest. So yeah, we can definitely see things pushing up just to the previous high before reversing and going downwards. However, on the 1 hour, we can already see momentum being lost. Yeah, so momentum is already being lost. We're just going to wait for the 1 hour candle to close, and then we'll decide what we're going to do from here onwards. And it's already looking like pushing downwards already. So we may not go for a buy all the way up to the previous high. We just may, you know, take some sells very shortly in the next 55 minutes, which is when the next candle or the current candle closes, and then we can decide what we're going to do from there onwards. Lastly, gold should be downwards if USDJPY has been upwards and didn't exactly hit the targets we were expecting, but we do see, momentum being built up to still push up back towards the upside further on once again. Let's go to our 4-hour and see where things are moving, and definitely it is still looking like those targets will be reached. Definitely we can see those targets being reached. Of 114.80 still in place for longs on gold. You could even go to 14.85 if you wish, 14.85 or 14.84. So 14.85 is just around there. But just to be on the safe side, if you do want to buy up gold, you can do literally right now. Take profits at 14.80, but do be very careful on gold because it is a dangerous pair. Yeah, very dangerous pair. If you're on the right side of it, you will profit very heavily. But if you're on the wrong side of it, you really don't want to be on the wrong side of it. And make sure you're using correct risk management. Be very careful when it comes down to gold. But yeah, first targets for gold still is looking like 14.80. Second targets about 14.85. And then we'll decide what is going to take place from there onwards. But yeah, that is it from myself. We've run through our 6 currency pairs. We've checked out GBPJPY. That is my favorite of all time as well. GBPUSD, EURUSD, EURJPY, USDJPY, and gold. So yeah, we know exactly where those are heading over the next few days. If we don't, we have a small indication of what to look out for, and then we can decide where things are heading from there onwards after we have got our extra confirmations and indications. But yeah, once again, thank you for plugging in, and I just want to share some really cool stuff with you straight after this. So yeah, I hope this has been very helpful for you in terms of charting. A lot of knowledge to you new traders or advanced traders that you can take a look at as well. As you can see, everything is straight based on price action only, and that is literally how we trade and how we teach others to trade as well in our firm. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment as well. We do take your comments into consideration. Anything else that you would like us to show on the next few videos as well, throw in some questions that you'd like to know a bit more about myself or ourselves as well here as a firm. But yeah, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. The more the better. Your love is not unseen. Trust me when I say this. My love is also equally going out to you guys as well for supporting the movement, and I hope to see you guys over the next few sessions and throughout the next coming months and years to come.